Hey y'all, welcome to an all new episode of the What More Can I Say podcast. I'm Whitney and I'm here along with my co hosts T and Kendall to discuss any and every topic related to this thing we call life. So, if they were going to make a story about your life, what actor or actress would you want to play them? Play you?
50.
Why?
Because I like 50. So that's who would play me. I mean, I would have to lose weight, though. But once I lose weight, it'll be 50. Now who would be? I don't even want to say.
Wait. What?
I don't even want to say who would play me now.
Who?
Somebody I don't like.
Who?
I said I didn't want to say, though. But 50. 50 has my personality.
I don't know. That was a good question. I don't want to say Oprah just because Oprah, but maybe
Oprah wouldn't be around, would she?
No.
I don't
But you
really
can.
think
It doesn't have to be like physically. It could just be like you said, your personality or anything like
right.
that.
Yeah, 50 has my personality.
Maybe Taraji just because she hot right now, and that's the only person I can think of. Her and Angela Bassett.
That was gonna be mine
Okay, yeah,
because
it'd be
Angela
mine.
Bassett has not messed up a life story yet.
Yes.
I don't care.
They have no similarities to y'all.
Not even Taraji.
Definitely not Taraji for you.
Really? Not physical.
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't have to be physical.
I didn't
You mean
phys- I mean
personality wise too?
personality-wise.
I don't know.
Angela
My
Bassett
preference.
is fierce.
I wasn't gonna say Angela Bassett because she could pull it off.
Yes.
So I don't know what she's so good at what she do. I don't know what personality she has.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Taraji is pure Negro. And I don't know if you come off as pure Negro.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But if she a good actress, she should be able to channel you, T.
I don't think she's a good actress.
Really?
I feel like she's good at playing herself.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't seen her play nothing else but herself.
Maybe. I used to would have probably said Gabrielle Union, but I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how she is as it. I don't know.
Gabrielle has that personality because she's not 100% Negro
But
here.
then her acting, like,
It's horrible.
Really? I like Gabrielle Union as
I
an
do,
actress.
too.
it's not
She's
horrible. But I haven't seen. I see her in a lot of the same roles too.
Yeah,
though,
she does
so.
play a lot of the same roles.
Yeah, there really isn't a good female actor
Aw.
besides Bassett.
I was gonna say Angela Bassett is fierce.
But then she's the only one. Her and Cecily Tyson.
Jennifer Lewis is fierce.
I don't even know who that is, so no.
The grandma from Blackish.
Oh, the one.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
She is
he
fierce.
thinks her and like Loretta Devine. All those he called them like the loudmouths. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. They've been playing mother roles since they was 15 years old.
Yes,
The only role-
but she plays them well.
Yeah,
He
but,
said since 15.
so no.
And Cicely Tyson
Yeah.
That's what I
is
said.
it.
That's what women
And
think.
Viola's
Yeah,
a good
Viola
actress.
is it.
Yeah, but listen, yeah, she is. That's 4.
Viola's a
That's
good
4 or
actress.
5.
I'm sure I could think of some more if I wanted to.
I don't think women are good actors.
What?
Why did you have to go there?
So
Like,
early in the show.
No, if you like, y'all just proved it. Like when you think about it, like women aren't good actors.
There's a lot of male actors that I don't like. A lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of male actors I don't like either, but there's a lot more that can actually act. Like Denzel, I know Denzel can't act, but Will Smith can.
What?
There's no woman Will Smith.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure
Name
there
her.
is. I just said I'm sure. That means I don't know. But
No, ain't no woman
to
Will
say
Smith.
that women are not good actors, we act every day. Like, I
Yes.
think we're better actors.
That's what
than-
makes
And
y'all
sometimes
bad
we
at
don't
it.
get the same opportunities as them
That's
too.
true.
So
That's true.
That's not true.
they wouldn't give us a Will Smith type movie
Exactly.
Who I can't see a woman starring
because
starring
we
in a
have not
movie.
been given that opportunity to play a Will Smith type role.
I don't
If we
think
were
y'all
given
could
that
get it.
opportunity, I'm sure they would rise to the occasion.
I doubt it. A whole
Okay.
movie.
Yes.
Starring a woman?
Do you? I can't. There are several movies starring a woman. Like,
But then they support cast. They got to have a strong support cast. I'm like, they're the main person.
yeah, Tina Turner. She was the.
Get out of here.
She was the main.
She wasn't even in the movie.
Color Purple, Whoopi, all of the women
Yes.
were the main.
What's his name? He was the main.
He was
Danny
not.
the main.
No, he was not.
Listen, I'll give y'all that
He
one 'cause I
played.
don't even remember.
Suge Avery even had a bigger role than him.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. But listen, there was a bunch of women actors in there, though, wasn't it? It wasn't just one main one that held the movie down. There was a bunch of strong actors. I'm saying just one. Like Will Smith has had to hold a movie down. Denzel has had to hold a movie down.
And like I said, they don't give us that opportunity.
Exactly.
If we were given that opportunity, I'm sure we could rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
Well, this is the time with everybody getting
Yes.
fired for fondling.
Yes. I don't know why you had to use that choice of words, but okay.
Right.
But yeah. So what was that? What was y'all hated or love it?
This is a good holiday.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. This is like my birthday.
Really?
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving really isn't all that to me. Not one of my favorite holidays.
It just sounds sad. That's my favorite holiday.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Listen, that's the only holiday to me.
Why? Why is that? Why do you feel so strongly about that?
Because it consists of everything that I love doing.
Eating and nothing?
It sounds about right. Then you get to pick the menu. So you know it's going to be only the stuff that you eat. So listen, that's right up my alley. The only thing I hate about it is you really don't get a day off. It's like you go to work the day before. Well, I always have. I go to work the day before only to anticipate that day, but to anticipate the next day I got to go back. So it don't
You
even feel
usually
like
have
it.
to work on Black Friday?
I've always had to work on Black Friday. I've never had a day off on Black Friday.
Really? I worked the day before, but I didn't work Black Friday.
Yeah, I had to work too.
I've always worked Black Friday. I don't know why. And I haven't worked retail. So that's the strange part about it. But what was y'all?
Yeah.
Everybody say there?
For me, well, yeah, it was a nice holiday. Just Kendall getting what he want was nice. I'm not a holiday person. I don't
Me
mean to be
either.
negative. Yeah, but I'm okay. I can do without them and just get the days off from work and I'll feel okay.
Me too.
Yeah, totally. But I did pass. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys out there that I had to do an intake training exam thing, and I found out this week that I passed.
Oh.
Woo! Yes,
Yeah, do your whoop whoop.
Oh. I know, right? So yes, I am a certified intake worker.
Oh,
for the state of
snap.
Wisconsin, yes. So yeah, that was a good accomplishment because everybody was kind of nervous about it because it's basically on statutes, which made me think like maybe I should go back to law school. I don't know, probably just a thought. But
Isn't that a whole nother term? Like, ain't that a whole nother 4 years?
3 years.
Sad.
I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
I could do more school.
I could do more school. I just would have to know exactly. Like, I can't do more, like, undergrad. Like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I could too, because don't that stop the student loan payments?
Yeah.
Now, that shouldn't be the only reason why.
Name another reason.
And that is so appropriate for today's topic. Today.
Yes.
Yes. Whitney, what about you? What was your hated or loved it this week?
I officially ended my day job.
Whoop, whoop. Yay.
Right.
Congratulations.
It felt good. It felt weird leaving the building for that final time.
Yeah.
But when you're going on to bigger and better things, it feels good at the same time.
Yes. I ain't gonna ask how your coworkers was acting because
I'll
someone might be listening.
tell you offline.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So,
what about some entertainment?
did y'all see anything? What y'all see in entertainment?
2 to 3 months.
But didn't it fill you with so much emotion? Like it was an emotional roller coaster.
It was.
So many things have happened at that hospital.
Yeah, like too many things, and I think I found myself crying off a part.
Yes.
That like.
Yes.
It's hard to cry off of, and then it's not, and
It's like you grow up with the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was really, really. That's my entertainment. Like that's what's been keeping me entertained the past couple of months.
Listen, the thing that caught my attention is the Jennifer Hudson stuff.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is the perfect example of what women claim happened to them, and she's doing it to a man. Like I just this story really has intrigued me.
You know, my brother mentioned this story too during the holidays, so I'm assuming it must have caught a lot of male attention.
What happened? Tell us the story, because I still don't. I don't
Well,
know.
basically, this stank.
Why does she have to be all this? Go ahead.
Because that's how y'all would.
Go
If
ahead.
it was the man, but this woman, so she was married to dude, and then she had a little side dude. So she was with the side dude.
They was engaged, or were they married?
They was engaged.
What did I say?
Okay,
Married.
You did.
Yeah.
Because it's a difference.
But then when you engage for 10 years.
Which we talked about before, which is inappropriate, because
Right.
why be engaged? You're still dating.
But listen, but now we
that
know
means
why.
there had to be some doubt in somebody's mind.
And it was Jennifer's.
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
More than likely, because it probably wasn't his mind, because otherwise he wouldn't have proposed. I'm assuming.
Right.
But since she had, but then they said she had the relationship for years
With the man?
with the man.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't really cared that much about this story, but thank you for filling me in.
Right. So it was laughable to me that she did the wrong, and then was quick to file the restraining order, and everything, and it's like you was the one that. So it's like you almost start, but then someone was telling me about some legal thing that could have been being used to set her up for the custody stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said last week.
Oh, that is what you said. I'm like, what? But yeah, I still think I'm like, how stank is that?
And wasn't it a gospel artist or something?
Ooh.
Yes.
This is what I heard from my brother.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And I'm not gonna, because wrong is wrong. So I'm not trying to be the whole like women empowerment kind of thing, but we don't know what was going on with that man, because being with men is hard.
Listen,
And I'm not making no excuses, because
yes, you are.
No,
What does
I'm
that
not.
have to do with anything?
No, I'm not. Because it is, and and I'm sure like you guys could say being with women, it's a difficult thing to do, but we don't know. Most women just don't want to do that. That's too much.
It takes you a lot to get there.
It takes too much. Whereas,
Leave.
but we don't know. Wasn't he a lawyer? Like, don't he know some stuff?
I don't think
I thought
he was a lawyer.
I thought he was.
I remember
too.
from when he was on the TV show.
Oh, when he was on New York.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
So unless it was a fake lawyer, or maybe he went to law school and you know how.
No,
I don't
he was
know.
a wrestler when he was on that show.
No, he wasn't.
I think he's a wrestler now. I think, but I'm gonna look it up and we're gonna find out right now.
That for us. So I guess that would that fact would change my my theory, but
How?
because if he ain't a lawyer, then I don't know. But if he knows like some technical law stuff that could have been keeping her, they got a baby, she got stuff to protect, they could have purchased a home or something together. I don't know. I'm just saying that sometimes it's not always what you see. We don't know what she was dealing with. We don't know if he was abusive or she was fearful and she was keeping her little side thing to kind of maintain balance in life. I don't know.
You're right. It does say he's an American actor, lawyer, and retired professional wrestler.
See, and he doing
So.
too much already.
But then you cheat on somebody from the Lord house. Like,
But check
ain't
this
that a
out.
fir-
No, check this out. Didn't we say in our episode when we was talking about engagement and stuff is that technically cheating if you're not married? Didn't we talk about that?
Yes, we did.
So we can't, go back. Like she didn't cheat on him.
Listen, I agree with you there.
All right.
I'll say she didn't cheat. But then
she could still be trifling or
stank.
misleading or
So many name
deceptive
calls.
or,
So much name
you
calls.
know.
She should lose all her sponsorships.
No.
What?
Listen, she should be in the media being dogged like Kevin Hart got dogged.
But Kevin Hart did not lose a
And that
piece
was
of a
his
sponsorship.
wife. They wasn't engaged. That was his wife.
And he
His
didn't
pregnant-
lose anything
and he
over
didn't
it.
lose anything, number one. And
how
that's
we
his
defend
pregnant
the
wife.
stankness. Oh, how we defend the stankness. Listen, I
I'm
don't gotta
not
hear no
saying-
other Jennifer Hudson records no more. And I don't want her playing Whitney Houston for no little tributes or nothing no more.
What? No, but what man have you heard that has lost everything from cheating?
Exactly.
Listen, we quick to get scrutinized.
Not from cheating.
Not from cheating.
Now, if you cheating and you got some other stuff, no, because it's be the other stuff. Who you cheat with? Some skank.
She cheated.
You cheat with some skank who try to go after all your money. That's the problem.
Listen, I'd rather cheat with a skank than somebody that's attached to the church.
Ooh, everybody.
That's almost like stealing from the uncollection plate.
No, it ain't. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yes, that is like stealing from the collection plate.
Oh my gosh. What in the world? No.
Listen.
We don't know what...
Defending stank.
Ain't defending stank.
We're not... You are just going in on her.
We all should be.
No, not talking about losing those
losing sponsorships.
What?
Listen, she can afford to lose. Listen, she only got the Jenny Craig sponsorship, and she been skinny for 20 years.
Is Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers the same thing?
No.
Okay, because I thought, did she have...
Listen, it's the same thing. They give you the same meals.
But they're not the same company. They're two different companies.
They just scratched the label off and put the other name on. They get their stuff from the same supplier.
They are two different companies.
Do you have anything
and she don't even eat it no more. She been skinny for 20 years.
It has not even been 20 years.
Yes, it has.
Dreamgirls was not 20 years ago.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
When did Dreamgirls come out?
Let me Google this too.
10 years ago or something?
I thought so. I thought I was in college.
What else do you have?
2007.
Thank you. Exactly 10
That's 20 years ago.
That is 10, Kendall.
Listen, 10 feels like 20.
It can.
But no, only other thing I seen was, Tyrese can't. He got his girl, but he can't whoop her.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he gotta have classes to be able to whoop it. Ain't that some messed up stuff? That's setting you up for failure.
That's what happened with a lot of people now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just even day to day, like
I was gonna say, don't you?
Mm-hmm, with these laws, and see, the crazy thing is, legally you can whoop your children.
Mm-hmm.
It's reasonable discipline, reasonable force that can be used with disciplining your kids. But a lot of us, we take it to the extreme. So it's like, if I can't beat you with this belt, then the state, then I ain't gonna whoop you at all. There is a middle ground. We just tend to not want to find it. Some of us. And then some people are abusive to their kids and shouldn't have that privilege. But,
right.
But yeah, you can whoop your kids. Because I'm whipping mine. And I'll whoop your kids too if they come around me acting on this way.
I know I'm whipping mine.
Y'all are all the way live today.
You gotta wake up. Wake up.
How kids are nowadays, all of what they deal with and stuff too. Like kids become adults too fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you don't give them that discipline, you deal with the things that we have to deal with now. Like kids is like popping pills. I remember when we was young. What was it when we was young? Because I'm older than y'all. I remember when I was younger in school, like. We was talking about what, huffing paint, smoking cigarettes. I don't think drinking was too frowned upon. But then nowadays, it's like they have a plethora of choices.
Because it's exposure. Like,
yes.
I don't want to go too deep into it because when I was younger, I would, the little candies that looked like they came in the pill bottles, I was like, oh, I'm popping my pills. Because, it would be like, I think it was like the little bug. I'm just being honest because it's what you exposed.
Why did we stare at her like that? It's you saying that, and I was trying to think, what candy is she talking about?
It was like the little bug.
Candy.
Yes, it was. It was like the little bug. Like, it almost tastes like the sweet tart kind of. Candy.
And it came in a little tube. Okay. What were they called though?
I don't even know. And then they had the cigarette candy and
they did
chewing gum blunts.
Yeah, the candy cigarettes.
They had no chewing gum blunts.
Yes, they did.
I didn't know about that. Now,
you can look it up right now.
T, I didn't know about that.
I'll show you.
Where was y'all buying your candy from?
You
knew about the candy cigarettes, but I didn't know about no blunts.
Know about the pills or the blunt. Like no,
they were not like real pills though. I don't know how she got there.
But that's what because of exposure. That's what I'm saying. It all depends on what you grow up seeing.
True.
Because I ain't gonna say what else I used to play act like I was doing
Please
because I don't want
don't.
to put nobody out there. But I'm just saying, like, so a lot of times we look at our kids and we be like, where you get this from? You have
Got it from
kid
us.
didn't come out of nowhere just knowing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
You're right.
But yeah, I just want to show you. Look.
Really?
Yes.
Pass that around here, because I have never seen
And
this
it was
before.
selling at the
It is chewing gum blunts.
What?
Yes.
Listen, stop saying blunts. It's
It's
cigars. And they blue and pink. And that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's all. That's made for kids' attention.
That's what I'm
Ooh.
saying.
That is
And
horrible.
And they still selling them.
For $15.
That's a lot.
I didn't know chewing gum could cost $15.
It wasn't $15 a piece. This is a
That's
whole
for a pack.
case. But you
Listen,
can get it from the gas
that's
station.
expensive for a whole.
And I remember how much they used to cost. But yeah, and you know, you do what you do. You act like you was modeling adults. That's what I say.
Agreed.
Okay, but I don't know how we got there. But
We veered all the way left.
all right.
But is that it for entertainment for today?
Yeah.
Okay.
But listen, isn't there normally a good movie that comes out around these times?
They had that Denzel movie.
I didn't see, what?
That came out this week.
On Thanksgiving.
What is it called?
Roman Israel Esquire or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't think I heard about it.
You keep seeing the commercials where he looks like he's from the 70s, but I think it's from today. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out what the movie is about, but they did have that Denzel movie that started.
Okay. Yeah.
He's that lawyer.
Yeah, you know what? Denzel's getting a little too. His age is starting to show him.
Because don't he look like an uncle from the 70s in the movie? Have you seen the commercial?
Wasn't he an uncle in the 70s? If I'm not, but yeah, but then he still had a younger quality to him before. Now Denzel looked like his weighing on him. But then you know what Denzel threw me off when I found out that his son really don't mess with him.
The one from Ballers? Really?
When I found that out, I was like, "Oh, Denzel's kind of harsh." But then he's so inspirational on the movies and the talks.
Maybe his son couldn't handle it. I don't know. I'm just throwing. I don't know.
That's kind of like what his son said. He said his way to inspire, like, it wasn't his favorite.
Oh.
It's more like, I ain't doing nothing for you. Do it yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Well, he went and got himself a job.
Right. So Denzel be like, listen, I did good. But then that's why on Ballers he don't put his whole name on it. He like initial it, something like that.
I thought it said John David Washington or something.
It don't. It says
Not anymore?
I don't think it might just started,
Yeah.
but then I know in the beginning he just went by his initials. Even when he did the Breakfast Club interview, he didn't give his full name. And then Charlamagne was kind of like, "Man, tell everybody who your father is," and he was kind of like Denzel.
Does that show come on Hulu or Netflix?
That's HBO.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's Rock.
Oh.
That's Rock show on HBO.
The Rock, like The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Oh.
It's a
okay.
good show.
I didn't see it.
I haven't watched the latest season, but I've watched previous seasons, and it's a good show.
It's supposed to be super good.
Okay. Well, today, people, we're going to be talking about some financial do's and don'ts. And we think it's appropriate with the holidays coming up and New Year's coming up. And this is kind of when we all tend to set our goals and what we're trying to do. And you actually get a break from school. So a lot of these things affect us, not only just physically, but financially. A lot of these things, like I said, the holidays, gift giving, purchasing food can weigh on you financially because it costs money. Money rules everything around us. So,
Cream.
yes.
She said money.
Yeah, I know, but she had everything else.
I had everything because I got another saying that it's going to be incorrect, but it fits with what I want to say. Y'all know I make up my stuff out there, you know. So, to you guys, what does it mean to be financially responsible?
What you got, Whitney?
To be able to support yourself financially.
Okay.
I think it means like numerous things, but for the most part of it, I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
You think so?
To know what your financial priorities are. So you're not the kind of person that's going to spend your rent money on clothes or something like that.
Right.
Yes. And that's kind of what I was thinking about too, because I know for each household it's different. Because I think of my own, and as long as there was food on the table, as long as we had something to eat and the bills were paid, some other things may have came first or last or whatever, but it was like, okay, as long as those essentials were cared for,
Yes.
I may play around with whether or not we gonna do this or that, you know, X, Y, and Z. But I wanted to highlight that I noticed that some people, that may not be the case, and they still feel financially responsible. Like I may choose not to pay my weak energies bill during the winter because I know they're gonna cut my lights off in order to buy Christmas gifts for my kids. Whitney's facing such, but then there are people who think like that. I mean, we're talking to an audience of people who, you know, and I can't say whether it's wrong or right, but then you have to think at some point you have to pay for everything. So it's just to encourage people, and that's why I'm like, don't get caught up in the holidays because, like I said last week, your light's still gonna have to be on.
Yes.
And you
need that heat.
You need that.
You don't need it like that.
As you can tell, I'm not I don't have. I don't like paying we energies either. So I'm gonna be responsible about how much I use it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna spend the money that I have for that just to get somebody some gifts that they're not gonna play with a month from now.
I mean, I understand that, but then similar, like I remember when I first moved out on my own, not always being financially responsible or just not anticipating things. Like I would do stuff like I was king of writing a check for a gift card just so I can get gas. Okay. Like I would not. Like my account would be in the negative, but it'd be just enough negative for another check to go through. It started messing me up. So, yeah, like, and I still feel like I was being financially responsible because it's like I didn't have no other alternative. So I was like, you know what, I'm finna run out of gas. I'll write this bad check. It's gonna clear, and I'll be able to use this card to get some gas to go back and forth for work another time until my check does come.
Yeah. And like you said, and that's why I just want to, you know, like for people to think about for themselves, you know, what is it, what financial goals are you trying to obtain and prioritize, and like Whitney said, because everybody's going to be different. So what's important to me is not going to be important to you and the next person. Because some examples that I want to ask you guys about, I guess just seeing what you think of it is, so let's say you needed to get gas, you know, we need gas to go back and forth to work. But you wanted to be financially responsible and put extra money towards your credit card bill because you're trying to pay it off. Do you think that's for you? Would that be a responsible
Gas
decision?
is priority.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
And see,
Gas is priority.
and I've talked to people who, for them, it's a priority. Credit is more of a priority because their thing is, I'll just ask somebody else for gas money.
No.
I know, and I wanted to talk to people so I could get a little information about this topic, and people really think like that.
I never had nobody.
And I don't want to put the race of the people out there.
Oh, no, you don't have to make, it about that. I just never had nobody hold me down like that. Like, who am I asking? My parents.
Yeah, you're going to have to, you know how to depend on yourself. You can't depend on somebody else giving you gas money.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't never had. I'm the oldest. So it's not like I have my brothers to do anything because they wasn't working age, and
me too.
We didn't live around relatives, and no, it's like I didn't have nobody. If I didn't ask my parents, I just had to take care of it.
Yeah. So would you guys say that? I know for me, I would think that being financially considerate of others is a part of being responsible. Also, like if you do, let's say for instance, you did have somebody you need to borrow some money. You know, I've known people to need $100 but ask for $2.
What?
They need $100, but I'm gonna ask for $200 just in case, or to hold me over. Cause
yeah, I know some people like that.
You get what I'm saying? And I've always struggled with that. It's not to judge because you do what you do based on who you know and what you can do. But I'm like, what if I know you need your $200?
Yeah.
So why would I take more from you so I can have more, and you have less? I don't know.
I think because some people think more, they really think more about themselves than other people.
Yeah.
So it's not really about you. It's about me being okay. Like I'm trying to be comfortable. I would be good with 100, but I will be extreme. My mind would be at ease if I can get 200 up off you.
Yes, and no matter if you uncomfortable with borrowing me the 200.
It's not my problem because you could just not give it to me. If it's gonna be a problem for you, don't give it to me. Like that's how they feel.
Yeah. So what about lending money? Do you all lend money, and is there a responsible way of which to do so?
I will.
You will.
Because I'm not like that, but then not many people ask me for money either.
Okay.
So
look, now everybody finna start. Now
yeah,
everybody gonna start asking Whitney.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, if you felt the need to ask me, you must really need it. And if I have it, I'll give it to you.
Okay. It's not the case though.
Yeah.
It's not the case.
I know.
You could just be friendly to someone and they just be like, I think I'm going to ask her for some money.
No, it's not like that, though. It has to be a relationship there.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
It cannot be like a new person just came into your life and now we friends and you think, oh, I'm going to ask you for some money. No, that's not how it's going to work.
Listen, I done ran into all type of people that ask you for money. Like,
really?
Yeah, those. You know how those people do that, though? They base it off of the person that you know that is really close to you. Be like, they'll hear y'all conversations, and then the person be like, "Yeah, Ken, listen, I be asking Kendall for money all the time, or like, Kendall, you know, you got it. Let me borrow $20." So that person be like, "Oh, if they casually will say that to Kendall, let me slide it in." But you know what, Kendall, you know, I need $20.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
But see,
I don't know these kind of people.
Listen,
it's all kinds of
listen, it's all kinds of people.
And when money is involved, you see a whole different side of the people you think you know.
Agreed. Because let me tell you, I borrowed a cousin some money. And it wasn't a close cousin. It was like, you know, one of them cousins that you talk to like every 5 years or something like that. And so she wrote me on Facebook one day. I'm probably telling too much. But yes, she wrote me on Facebook one day saying like she was out of a job. She didn't have any money. And she needed, you know, a certain amount of money. So being that, you know,
might as well say how much.
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much in the grand scheme of things. So I'm like, okay, she got kids or whatever. And, you know, I don't talk to her that often. So she really must need this money if she took the time to write me on Facebook, whatever. So I gave her the money. Okay. Big mistake. Because then after that, like, even though she kept saying, oh, I'll give you your money right back in like 2 weeks or whatever. She ain't giving me my money back in 2 weeks.
Right.
She had the nerve to write me again after 3 weeks, saying, you know, can I have some more? I need some more money. Like, do you know you didn't give me back the first amount of money?
I'm working on
but
it.
she did this like 3 more times. And I'm like, how stupid do you think I am? I was nice to give you the money the first time, but you're not about to come back here.
But did you give it the second time?
No, I didn't give it to her the second time. I'm like, I don't have it. From then on, I ain't have it. Because if you showed me you wasn't giving me back my money from the first little money I brought you, why would I be stupid and lend you something else?
But did you ever get that initial money back?
I never got it back. To this day, I haven't seen that money.
Because you upset her when you said that about the second one. She said, well, I ain't giving you the first one.
But still, like, I just thought, like, okay, you need this money.
Right.
And now I still see her on Facebook talking about get money and all of this. It really upsets me a little bit. Or she'll be like, if you ain't working, because now she working and she's stable. But she like, if you ain't getting this amount of money, you ain't this. And I'm like, do she remember?
Do you respond? I will respond to every last status.
Does she remember?
What a ha-ha. Ha-ha. I'd be the first one to post. Listen, I would do it and then I would go back and comment with the ha-ha. So just in case you missed when I did the ha-ha emoji on the status, I'm going to comment. But listen, I don't even like this topic because we got so many stories about people. I done had people go and have a good time with money they didn't borrow from.
No, and that was my thing. Like, I struggle with that. When you ask me for money and I'm thinking you really need it,
yes,
and you playing with money, I want to play too. So
I'm telling
you, responsible with my money.
I'm telling you.
In the event when you come or people borrow, you can go play with it. I struggle with that, but I know you're not supposed to be that way. If
I said the same thing.
I've given it to you. But then it'd be like, wait a minute, I could have got my nails. I could have did something for me.
How do you think it feels like we still Facebook friends and you talking about all this get money and if you ain't got this money and I'm making this much an hour now? And I'm like, you do. How you think I feel every time?
I can see the person that I'm talking about. And I'm trying not to say the name.
Don't
say no names. I already done said too much with this subject.
I know, so I'm finna follow you. I'm finna say the name.
Oh my goodness.
No, don't say the name.
Right.
People mess around and have a good time. And listen, my thing is, I don't give. Whenever we do give money, I never expect it back. Like, but this is my thing. I try to hold you to your word. So it's like, I'm not gonna not give you money again because you didn't pay me back. I'm gonna not give you money because you lied to me.
Agreed.
So it's like, if you ask me, I don't like. It doesn't hurt me to give it to you. But then the lying part is like, listen, are you serious? It's like, who do you like? Are you like, you're trying me now? Like, you gonna have a good time? I pay for your good time. Yeah. And then it took away from mine because I'm easy. Like, we're the first people that be like, let's plan to set aside some money to do. We're gonna do this and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then when someone seemed like they in need, they be like, you know what? It must have been God setting us up to have this money ready to give to someone that's gonna need something. Like, I hope they need it. But then when I be finding out like you was kicking it,
or you took my money maybe a week later, like your situation, then you kicking it. It's like, wait a minute. I chose not to kick it because even though I may not expect it back or may not hurt us, put us in a financial bind, that's a sacrifice I made. Yep. I could have went shopping with. I work hard. I want to play with my money too. Yep. I gave you my play money, and then you turned around and was able to play. That do something to me. I mean, it really does, and God got to work on my heart with that.
I understand.
Like, I don't know.
And then I don't know what God be working on when he put people in the position to do that to you. Because I'd be like, Lord, help me, because I'm supposed to get something from this. But then it's like, what am I supposed to get from it?
And maybe sometimes we're supposed to say no, because when, and I know you may touch on more of that during your segment, but I don't know if being a good steward necessarily means giving to people when they ask all the time. Like, how does that work?
I agree with that, but then it's like so many people. We deal with so many people that's on the common ground with us. So it's like, I have that understanding. Surely you do.
Yeah, agree.
Like, I know you're not going to ask me for something that, and it's because of you were being wasteful or something like that, because we have the same value system. But then you see, like, some people just really don't care, and it's like, listen. No. But then my listen, it ties into so much, because then I'd be like, oh, you at church? Why? Why are you here?
You're supposed to.
You don't believe in this. You just dogged me, and you gonna look me dead in my face?
I understand.
No.
I understand. I do understand where you're coming from.
I do, but then no. Still go to church.
And some people I have not given to just for the simple fact, like, if I know your lifestyle, I'm not giving you. Yeah. Like, there has been family members where you know, like, okay, you going to do something with this money that I can't support.
It's really making me sad. Expression.
Cause I'm trying not to. You know how you try not to say too much.
Yeah, man. But you making me want to say names. I think you should have came about this completely. I should have wrote down names.
No, or else we will move right on from this topic, because I refuse.
Yes. So that wasn't even what we was talking about.
I mean, but and it is good though, because like I said, being financially considerate, a lot of times, you know, like I said, if you want to think about yourself being financially responsible, it's not always just taking care of your business. It's not always just making sure all your bills are paid, because you may not be able to pay your bills. So we're definitely not saying that. But a part of it is being financially considerate of others, of you know, and other obligations of people in your lives, like you please y'all.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask, like, so what are some things that you can do to be financially responsible? Yeah,
well, I mean, like Whitney, you mentioned prioritizing. I think is for one. So if you know you like an example of that is, it's the 30th and your rent is due by the 5th, because keep it real, you know, you got your grace period. You know, you don't go blow all your money, or you don't pay your bill that's due on the 15th and then go and tell somebody, I need some help with my rent. Yeah. You didn't need help if you had it.
AKA budgeting. Yeah.
Yes, but there we go. So yeah, prioritizing and budgeting, things of that nature.
Yeah. Some examples. The other thing that you put me on is setting financial goals.
Yes.
Like when you have a mission, when you have something, you be like, okay, it gives you that extra push to, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna spend this money on this or that. Like Like you got to pay yourself, you got to set some financial goals, and you got to have a good budget in place. I think that all is what consists of being financially responsible.
Yes.
So what was the other thing?
I didn't know if Whitney had a tip, or did we list them all?
Y'all listed mine because mine was the prioritized.
Okay, and I did say yours.
Yes.
So sorry. I did give you credit. I feel like Whitney said.
Right.
But yeah, so in the event that, what are, I guess I want to know some things because I don't think people realize that when you're talking about saving and planning and achieving these goals, you make sacrifices. I think a lot of us want to be able to do it all. And I know I just tried to with getting a second job for like over a year and a half. I wanted to be able to still save, but then still live a certain lifestyle while saving. And it didn't work.
I understand.
It didn't work. So I just was wondering, do you all find it necessary to sacrifice? And what is something that you may have had to sacrifice in order to achieve a financial goal?
Whitney, you want me to go?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I know when we started, when we was like trying to really put the effort into getting a house and stuff like that, one of the things that I gave up that I cried at first was shoes. Yeah. Like I didn't get shoes for for a whole year. I promised T. I said I'm not gonna buy shoes.
That's a good sacrifice.
Listen,
and he really did.
And I really didn't buy it.
That is a good sacrifice.
But then every morning I woke up to the new releases. Like I still went through my routine.
Now, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's this was funny. I only do it with two things. I do it with shoes and food. So if T got us eating right, I like to go on the delivery websites and look at the menu. Am I telling the truth to you?
And he be finding stuff.
You are taking me out of here today.
He be finding stuff like them different apps that would deliver from like
Postmates and stuff.
Yes, and he be like,
that's it.
And I did not know. He like, Cheesecake Factory delivery. You know these, but I did not know.
Cheesecake does Postmates?
Yes.
Or Uber Eats. Which one?
I don't
Both,
know.
but Postmates does it.
Really?
Yes.
And then he found places with and then this how he tried to suck me in. Not to even get caught up on that, but
that is
so
good
funny.
to know, though.
He was like,
all you gotta do is ask.
He was like, man, Mac delivery. I don't even
like
do
the makeup.
Yes. He was like, you can get something from Mac delivered to the house.
Really?
Postmates will go to
what?
what's them cars? Advanced Auto and stuff too.
And rent you a car, and then or you gotta rent it, and then they pick
Auto
it up.
Parts.
Like you
Like if you need a light bulb or something, they'll go pick it up and bring it to you.
What?
All because I was hungry.
You learn new things every day.
Yes.
I'm about to download that Postmates app today.
And I only go through it when we dieting. And I'll just look and because I know the response I'm gonna get from when I be like, listen, they deliver donuts, like it's a nice little donut place. Then she gonna be like,
Holy Moly delivers.
It's what is it good?
It's downtown, but
okay.
I used to get it delivered for work often. They deliver, yes.
Listen, it kind of sounds like we going off topic.
Yeah,
but listen, I know I had T hook and sinker when I found out something about some insomnia cookies.
Oh yeah.
It's a place that sells all cookies and they deliver.
We have one of those here?
Yes, we do.
Yes. And it's like not just any kind of cookies, all kind of cookies in the cookies.
With ice
cream sandwiches. And y'all know those are my favorite, okay?
So let us go on a diet now. I'm armed. Because when I want what I want, I'm like, T, we never used that insomnia cookies app.
No.
We never used it.
Yeah.
Do you want some insomnia cookies?
Yeah. Look, to tie this into what we're talking about, you got to be strict about your goals and what you try to do.
Yes.
Because whether it's weight loss or saving money, it's going to always be something that entices you.
Yes.
So don't think that once you make this decision that, okay, I'm going to be strict. I ain't going to look at nothing. Like, no, that's not realistic.
Right.
Like,
Because like I said, like to flip the bad thing,
Yes.
the bad thing I'll do about looking at the shoes and stuff, what helped me be able to save is just like how I would look at those things. Like I'd be like, I'll start like Tia drive down a place. She'd be like, look at these houses. So I'd be like, you know what? I'm not thinking about them shoes when I say, ooh, like that got how many bedrooms?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that yard. Okay, so if I just pay this bill, we're gonna be okay. So like I needed to do those things. If I don't see what I'm doing this stuff for,
Yes.
like I'm just gonna be extremely angry, and I might come back and do worse than I was doing before.
Yes.
And for me, sacrificing helps when I have like a set end date
Oh.
in mind.
Okay.
Like, so if I know this is when I want this to happen by, just looking forward to that date coming up and me actually having the money for it is what helps me. So it's not even the object, it's just hitting that goal and hitting that date for me.
Nice. I like
agree.
that. Yeah, I like that.
Cause ain't nothing better than having to setting a goal to do something, and then it's already paid for, but then you still got money.
Yes.
Like, this is something I sacrificed long ago. This is already paid for.
Yes.
So I'm going on this vacation or this place.
Agreed.
With some money, but then I still got some real money.
Yep.
That I don't even got to touch.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. And then a sacrifice for me.
I like that
you said,
one, Whitney.
Yeah, that was a good one. Setting the end date. We need to do. I don't know if we have. I don't know. I like that though. I'm gonna try to incorporate that into our little things that we're doing. But
Yeah, we don't do the end date.
We don't do the end date thing, and I think sometimes they can't.
You
keep
need
it
that
just
date.
going.
Yeah,
it makes it an ongoing.
It depends, cause I don't want no end date that's too far.
2020.
Yeah, I'm not going.
No, but then too soon either. But that's what I'm saying, because I know for me, like I struggle with. I was a person who, like for Kendall, you know, when we came together, I'm gonna pay all my bills, pay all the money, and I may have $0 left in my account. But everything's gonna be paid, and my credit is getting taken care of. But then I start going into the negative. I don't care, because I'm going to have everything. That's not...
And that's when I said, hold up.
Right. And that's not necessarily the smart thing to do either, because I wasn't asking for money. The next time my check came, it was automatically taking money. So I'm losing money paying fees, but my credit cards was getting paid off. So it's just a way, of, if I gave myself 6 months, you could stretch that out over a 6-month time span versus like, let me knock this out right now.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because T did some stuff I wouldn't... Because, like, I needed T's balance. Because my thing is, you get your money when I give it to you. Like,
no.
Like, we not even going to go back and forth with this. You're not finna keep calling me. I'm not going to keep answering. You going to get it when I get it. But then, I would catch T calling the bill people.
I call them too, T. I call them too, T.
Thank you.
I don't like to have them. It really gives me anxiety for them to call me.
Yeah.
So, like, I would call, or, like, if I knew I was going to be late, I'd call them ahead of time to let them know, like, listen, you're not going to get your money this day. Right. But don't call me because you're going to get your money on this day.
Exactly.
I'm not calling you.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, it gives me peace. It gives me peace.
And I don't get anxiety from you calling me because I don't recognize the number, I'm not answering anyway. Right. I don't care who it is. If it's not in my phone, I'm not answering. But then, it's like but then you find out it's not the best thing to do to start calling those people.
Because yes, people. I mean, and this is just a little. I put my business out there.
Oh, that's our business.
It's our business, but I did it.
You right? Go ahead.
I did it, y'all. So I called. It's about 2 years ago, right? It was about 2 years ago. I called to make arrangements to pay some medical bills. I was gonna give these people like $50 a month or something like that, something feasible. Something ended up happening, and that it just kept like, okay, that's not gonna work right now. That's not gonna. Oh, some things changed on my job. We had to downsize. It just got crazy. So income, we had other things that was a priority. So I never got around to paying them. I didn't think nothing of it because I made the arrangement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, people. Do you know they sued us? Me? Us? Yes, we got sued. Had to enter a judgment, all that kind of situation. Yes, because they wanted all their little money. And I'm like, wait a minute.
They little money.
How y'all gonna do How y'all gonna do that? I made the agreement. And to those of you who are financially responsible and, savvy, y'all may know that that's probably not what you're supposed to do. But at the time, I genuinely didn't know. I thought that, hey, I can let you know that I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I'll let you know again when I can do it. No, they used that. That became a binding agreement. Right. And
that's why they had that recording.
And that's how they had a recording. And it's all that. So and being financially responsible. If you're not ready to commit yourself to that bill, don't do it. And if something happens in life, I probably should have called them back and had them record and say, listen, I ain't gonna be able to commit to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do it. I just left it alone like everything else. Like, oh, I get to it.
Listen,
So,
and the other side of that is when you done already got your stuff into collections and then people start calling, don't answer that phone.
oh yeah.
Because what happens when your stuff goes into collections, the original person that you owe the debt to, they write that off.
Yep.
So they're fine. They sell it to someone else to try to collect that money, and so they gonna any money that they're collecting is a profit.
Mm-hmm.
So but all what they do need for you to do is answer that phone and say that because you don't have an agreement with them, you have an agreement to the original person or the company or whatever. So when they calling you, they're trying to get you to say that yes, that is my debt, and once they got you on record saying that, they can legally then you're in trouble. Then you got to pay it. But if you don't give them that, like, no, what are you talking about?
Send me something.
Send me something. Yeah.
Send me proof. That's what you do. You tell them to send, because if you are trying to clean up your credit, you don't want to acknowledge it, but send me something. Let me see. I have to see. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't recall going to the doctor. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we had a situation where we set up something. We was cleaning up the stuff we had in collection stuff, and somebody called years later and was like, yeah, we come to collect. We're trying to collect this money from whatever.
We like, we paid that in 2012.
Mm-hmm. Get your documents.
And yes, keep your documents, because one of them I misplaced. Yeah, keep your documents,
yes.
y'all. Keep your documents.
Mm-hmm.
But with us transitioning into credit, so the last part of this segment was just wanted to talk a little bit about credit, because as we said, what y'all said, is it green or cash rules everything?
Cash rules.
Thank you. So it's not money, it's cash rules everything around us.
She said green.
Boy.
But also credit, because my other little line was, now the Jay-Z song, and I feel like it made people be a little bit more aware of credit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The story of OJ. So now that we know and we've accepted into our community that credit is important. It's some ways to be financially responsible when it comes to using credit. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you all recall like your first credit card? If so, how old were you? And do you think you were responsible at the time to manage it?
18, 19, no.
Yeah, 18. I think I told this story on this show before, or at least I think I might have told y'all. But they got me in the college campus because they was giving out the free T-shirts.
Yeah.
So they got me because I was like, oh, this shirt is cute, And next thing you know, it was a card. I didn't even know I was signing up for like a credit card. I just thought I was giving them my information for the T-shirt. Next thing you know, the card come in the mail, and I'm like, well, what is going on? I was not prepared at all.
Okay.
I don't even think I was really working.
But
so no, I used it.
Listen. This is the funny part about it, because Whitney had something to do with my first credit card.
Really?
Listen, you remember when we was going to the stores? It was me and you and Lydia. That's when I first got that Discover card. You remember when we was running through the stores? And then I remember I kept saying, Whitney, did you need something? And you was just like, no. No. And Lydia was looking at you like, what? He offering. I forgot when, but that's when I got my first little Discover card. Because what intrigued me was they gave you the credit card, then they gave you a little keychain thing for you to use. And then I just was like, when I tell you the first 3 credit cards I had, I didn't get nothing from them.
Let me tell you, that first credit card I had, this is how they also got me. I kept it and I kept using it because it was a Badgers credit card, and I was in college. I was like, oh, this is, we getting all the paraphernalia. This is cute. Got Bucky Badger on it. And I was tearing that card up.
Oh, boy.
So I'm telling you, I was not ready.
Yeah.
But,
me
yes.
either. As ready as I thought I was, like I said, and I do remember us talking a little bit about credit, because I shared that my grandma gave me a lot of information about credit cards. So I thought I still was going to be responsible, but it was like, because I was working at the time, and I would, spend a little bit. But what got me was those college parties. and then you need an outfit.
Yes.
And then, it's like, okay, well, let me grab this outfit. Then you need gas. Let me just put the gas on this car.
And you like, I'll pay it later.
And then I'll pay it later. And then, y'all got to eat. Okay, well, I'll pay it. And then, and then I was like, okay, I'll pay a little bit. Interest got me because you can't configure the interest rate into the purchase right away. You're not spending $100 thinking, okay, this is 24% interest rate that's going to be charged on this, and you'll pay it off in 30 days. You don't know what that is until you get the bill and you pay the minimum, and you ain't. It just keeps so that got me. That
definitely got me.
What gets me is not monitoring and trying to mentally calculate how much you're spending. Because you can't mentally keep track of all that. And I notice I am not the best at math. So next thing you know, I'm thinking I spent $100, and next thing you know, you get the thing and it say $350. What is this? I didn't think I spent this much.
Right.
And I was good at math.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand interest. Yeah. So I'd be like, listen, it should only be this amount of money on this card.
Yeah. Right.
Where's this extra money coming from?
Right.
And they like, it's interest. Like, if you don't pay us by this time, you owe us some additional money.
Yes. And y'all out there, please don't be deceived. It adds it to whatever the balance is each month. So don't think you're going to be paying the 24% interest on just that purchase. If you ain't paid that, whatever the interest was added to that month, the next month you paying interest on top of that interest.
It's like a 30-day loan. It's like every 30 days, if you don't have this complete thing paid off, you owe us some more money.
Yes.
And then they add some more at the end of the year, don't they?
It depends, or if you have a card that does like the yearly, the fee.
Yeah. So just do you guys have? So I know that was a few tips about credit, but does anybody have anything they want to share with the people about?
Yeah, I say if you get credit cards and stuff, was only put on there what you can pay off immediately.
Yes.
And then if worse come to worse, don't let your credit cards get. You should spend your limit. You should
less than 30%. Yes.
Ooh, I was gonna say 50.
No,
30.
It's 30.
It's 30.
The equation, it's like 130.
Oh, see, I'm talking about for black people. Y'all talking about for Caucasians.
No,
we talking about for credit usage.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, because that's how they get you. It has to be under the 30% in order for it to not count negatively against you on your credit, and you still be in good standing. So but and for me,
I didn't mean to say Caucasians like that.
I promise we're not a racist show. But some things that I would like to share is just making sure you understand. So if you have to talk to somebody, talk to your bank, talk to your parents, especially for those younger. Like I got a brother who just turned 18.
Don't talk to your parents. Talk to your bank.
Yes.
Okay, right. But just talk to somebody who you trust, because a lot of us don't trust the bank, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, but don't trust your family either. You trust somebody with some backing to what they talking about,
right?
Because that's what pushed me into getting credit cards. Because I was around when all the phone calls was coming. Don't answer that. But then when I was like, shoot, I'm finna get, when they started sending me credit card information, it's like, don't use that. I'm like, why? And because you couldn't tell me why, I'm like, shoot, I'm finna fill it out there.
Talk to somebody who will be honest with you and that's financially savvy enough to know what to do, because you want to make sure you understand those terms and what you're binding yourself to. And also, I say that's the same thing for student loans. Student loans, at the end of the day, is still a line of credit money given to you. And I think we take it lightly when we push kids into school.
Yes.
That stuff costs. Go get yourself, and tell your parents, I'm not trying to mess y'all lives up, but if you don't really know what you're trying to do, and go get a job for a little bit. There is nothing wrong with starting school late, or it ain't no late and early.
Right,
like that stuff is money.
Yes.
That's thousands.
Yes.
Listen, or flip that, because you can flip that student loan money too.
Yeah. Yes. No, seriously, because that's what set it aside. You can
get
buy
your little
property
business
with that.
started.
You can business. You can, if you're gonna do something, but get something out of it that's gonna help you, thrive. Like don't just
get
do it.
a bunch of Jordans and clothes. Flip that for the future.
Like the college students usually do.
Yeah. That's, because straight up, it appeals. but you pay for it. Don't think because you're not seeing it right now. You pay for it.
Ooh.
Everything comes back around.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's nothing you could do to stop them from getting that money.
No.
Because they will garnish your money. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but
They don't need your permission.
And you gonna be paying on them for a while.
yes.
So only take what you absolutely need.
Yeah, like we said, yes. Don't be getting more
Because you only got one life. And you could be paying.
And you gonna be paying for them student loans for forever.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing but pay them.
Right. So when you have any tips for the people out there about credit?
No, like I said, only take what you need from the student loans. Don't think you about to ball out and get you a little extra.
No, because we know.
Only take what you need.
Yeah. And speaking from experience,
We know
like,
that you're spending student loan money.
Yes.
That ain't yours.
Exactly. So y'all, please, because that used to kill me in school, and I ain't gonna go too much into it. But when people be balling out, like we know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. I get that check, I go straight to the mall, and I would just chill all day.
Yeah.
Just to see somebody buying something, like I could buy that too.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's an example of what not to do. You guys have better things to do. But that wraps up our segment on financial do's and don'ts. Mm-hmm. So share with us if any tips that you may have, some websites, some things. We'll be posting that throughout the week to share some things that you can do, some resources where you can go and learn a little bit more about credit.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you, T.
No problem.
Now we can go into the mind, body, and soul segment. Did you want to do your song? I'm letting you this week.
My body and soul.
Oh, you got a little tune today.
She did. We're going to have to edit all this part out. This is the part I'm going to start saying some words that we don't want to include.
She had some tune.
Inhaled the note, too.
Some vocalization.
Inhaled the
yes,
note, too.
she did.
Y'all crazy. Okay.
No, you crazy.
A little bit.
Go ahead.
But yes.
To kind of transition off of T's subject, I wanted to do a goal check-in.
Okay.
So one of the goals I know we all shared was trying to be more active on social media.
Okay.
So I'll just check in with you guys about that.
Okay.
How do you guys think you're doing so far?
I'm doing excellent.
It's still a struggle for me. I've been more
Me
active
too.
on Snapchat because it erases, and then maybe like out of a week I may post 3 times, and I feel good about it. But then it is really hard.
It is.
I don't know what to put out.
It
there.
Ain't hard.
And I've been trying to be more active on my personal pages. And like you said, it's hard just for me to just find the time in the day to just document like what I'm doing. I'm not that kind of person that's gonna say like, okay, this is what I'm doing right now, or I don't really think people care that much. So
Right.
it's hard for me, but I've been trying on Twitter and it's working out well, but it's just working out slowly.
Okay.
So I'm noticing myself slowly getting better.
Okay.
And
Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Listen, hashtag y'all ain't doing nothing on their social medias. No, but yeah, listen, I would felt the same way y'all felt, but then it is a process, and you feel silly doing it. Like I told y'all, I was getting caught in my nose and stuff, but then I did it. But then it seemed like I had so much stuff to talk about until it's like, okay, I'm finna cut this phone on.
Yeah, when
And
it's
then I
time
just
to
be like,
post.
what I was gonna say?
Yes. Agreed.
So it's changing that mind frame. But then it made me respect people who do that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's like, who you got to have the mind going to keep pushing out material and stuff like that. It's like, ooh, but yeah. Listen, I'm doing good.
Well, I'm doing better than I thought I would. But okay, so now that you guys know you've been working on that goal, can you see like where you need to make changes and stuff like that? Does the goal seem clearer to you now?
No, for me, the goal just needs to shift to somebody else working my social media page.
I agree,
I
T.
think I'm one
I
of
really
those
have thought about
people.
hiring an intern. And I really did a small search to get an
'cause
intern.
That's not my specialty. It's just really not. It's not.
There's so many people that got to answer to some stuff that some interns done put down and stuff that done got them in trouble.
Oh, that is so
Okay.
true.
Hey, y'all better be careful.
True.
Because you mess around and you have a bad day and you do something to them and they say something to somebody else, as Whitney Smith, then you can't do nothing to them.
True.
You're going to be responding from what they put. Yeah.
I know. And like I said, I'm going to keep working towards it, but I did want to just check in with you guys, and I'll probably check in a month about our quarterly goals too,
That's nice.
just because it'll be the end of the year.
Yeah.
But
that'd be
yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Just my Hood Chronicles. That I started on Instagram, me and my hoodies at work talking about stuff. Like, yeah. Because, listen, that's when I got the most to say, because people do crazy stuff at work. But then I'll be having to edit myself because I be saying their name when I be saying it.
No.
Listen, that's not the funniest part because I park right outside of where everybody can see me. So I know they hear me sometimes. So I'm like, yeah, and this so-and-so, and they be looking, and I just be like, so? But I said, I'll delete that one.
Horrible.
But yeah.
But along with that, for the body segment, just want to do a stress check-in. Stress management, like I said, I don't know. As much as I am against holidays, I know what it do to people. People really get stressed out around this time of year. And so much so you get to making stupid decisions. You might want to steal some gifts. You might want to rob some people. You might want to, you just put yourself out there, bust it wide open for some money, all that kind of stuff.
You always say
that? Because I didn't want to say prostitute.
We're gonna pause this right here. We're gonna pause you right here because you find a way to say bust it open every episode.
I haven't said it since last season. Since the last season,
that sounds so horrible when you say it.
But it's horrible. Listen, okay, fine. I'll play off of that. As horrible as it sounds. That's as horrible as it is to do it. For some money, for some gifts.
Look at her face.
People know I am so troubled by the stuff that I hear, even if we say it jokingly, what we're willing to do for your kids and don't stress yourselves or your body out trying to be something you're not for this time of year. So just keep that in mind. If you can't make the elaborate meals, do what you can. It don't have to be 50 million items on the table and do it how Big Mama did. Big Mama food didn't cost this much, and they were skinning the pigs and stuff.
You can't skin no pig.
She's so ready today. She's
How
so
do you
ready.
skin a pig?
Yes, you can. You can. Don't make me laugh because I'm trying to be serious for the people. I just really want them to take care of themselves and don't be stressed out.
Agreed.
I don't have no tips for that. Just don't do it.
I agree, but then that's judgmental.
And no, it's not.
Because if you got to use what you got, use what you got.
But use what you got to get what you need, not what you want. They even said that. Don't do that.
Who said that?
You players.
No, that's not what they said.
No, they didn't say it that way.
No, that's not what they said.
They didn't say it that way, but you flip it around and you make it work for you. And
that's not what she said to her. She said, make the money, don't let the money make you.
No, somebody told her you got to use what you got to get what you want. Did Trixie say that? One of them said that.
Who is Trixie?
From Trixie and Ronnie. What's that? Y'all know.
That is Players Club. Man.
That is. Somebody said you got to
Her name was Trixie?
It was Trixie and Ronnie. What was their name?
The other one name was Trixie. I remember Ronnie, but I don't remember
it was
that
like Trixie or something like that.
Trixie
and Ronnie. Somebody said you got to use what you got to get what you want.
Yeah.
One of them said that.
It might have been Ronnie.
And I just flipped it around and said,
next thing you know, she was on Ayanla fixing her life.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
It wasn't because of Players Club,
but it's not to be judgmental. It's just to say, put your needs before your wants too. I don't know. Just don't stress yourself out. That's all I was trying to say. I don't know how we got here.
Because you said bust it wide.
Yeah. That is where it started.
They always end up there.
That's where it started.
Because people do that for nothing. I don't know. Okay.
And I'm supposed to transition to the soul part?
I feel like that's appropriate. Take care of your soul.
She transitioned it for you.
Yeah, listen, I don't even know how I'm supposed to be doing this. Interview over.
Sorry, y'all. I'll do better with my tax.
But yeah, listen. So keeping other things in mind, but then even if, in case you didn't know, the scriptures also stress us being good stewards of what we have. Mm-hmm. You can find scriptures on how to invest money, how you're supposed to give to people, that are in need and things like that. So I just say keep that in mind also during these times because it's it's a time to get those wants and spending with family and stuff. But then you also notice there's more people that you might see on the corner and there's a lot of people begging and stuff like that. And what really bothers me is this time is the weather and to see people like I hear a lot of people talk about I'm not gonna give someone something and not know what they're gonna do with it, but then I'm like I don't know how other people feel, but just to see someone asking for money in the cold,
Yeah.
like listen, I don't what you gonna end up doing what is you gonna end up doing what you're gonna find something anyway, but then listen, take this get some level of relief in this because I listen, before I moved to Milwaukee, I didn't know that you needed a jacket for the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, because you always lived in warmer climates.
Yeah, and then we moved here, and I'm like, you need a jacket, scarf, glove, hat, and everything. But then you see people who don't have any of that
Right.
standing there asking for some change, and then you act like I can't get this or this. But then knowing we know, you don't know who you entertaining.
Right.
You don't know what influence, and it's like what people should we be trying to reach, and like the most important thing to me is our influence, and you could tie that into our finances because what a lot of us don't know, us particularly when I'm saying Christians and stuff, is even your credit is an extension of you. So you could be going around telling people that you don't steal and all this, but your credit says
Yeah,
something
you're
completely
not paying
different.
your debts.
Like you basically rob people. So it's like, and then those, whether you know or not, that's a line of communication of influence that you have. That like you can get into conversation with somebody while you paying something, and they be like, you know what, when you late, you call and let us know. But for the most part, you're always on time. You pleasant and stuff like that. Like, your personality, like what? It's just something about you, and then that's a line that you could use to get something across that you need to get across. But then it's like pay attention to those things because it's more important than what you actually think. And then from the other aspect of it is be good or kind to those people who are in need because you don't get caught up in trying to do for these people who already have. Like you start, especially we just had Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. But then it's like sometimes don't just cook for your family. You think about all the food you finna throw away and stuff like that. Find some time to volunteer and do some stuff for some people who actually need it. So that was my
Okay.
That was a good word.
little rant.
Thank you. Nice way to end that.
Yes. So that was pretty much it. That wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yes, ma'am.
Our holiday special.
So we can wrap it up. Everybody can give their socials.
Starting with me, my Instagram and what else I have? A Snapchat, AKD the Kid 20, everything.
Yep, I'm on Instagram and Snapchat also at Latigra Tanae.
Do you want to spell?
No,
It's like she wanted to, but then she decided not to.
Yeah, in case you don't know how to spell that, it's LATEGRATANAE.
And then I'm on Instagram and Twitter at the Whitsmith, THEWHITSMIT.
Thank you guys for your support. And I don't know if y'all been seeing, but we've been getting a lot of responses to our content stuff. So thank you for those people who are taking the time to respond to. Did I say that right, or was I talking too fast?
No,
taking the time out to respond to us. Continue to respond to us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. We appreciate that. We'll respond back when we figure out how. Unless somebody know how. I don't know how. I tried to. Like people have been responding.
We'll respond back.
Okay.
We know how to.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, but that's about it.
All right.
Thanks.